That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, broadcast live from Europe. This is badass. I'm Tommy C. This stuff. My man, the one-legged Matt on the stand.
What's up?
Is that what you call your leg now? The stand?
The stand?
That's kind of funny, right?
I guess, yeah.
You name your leg?
Yeah, it's pretty ironic.
Yeah, it would be absolutely ironic. All right, I don't know. Like, I'm a little surprised this many people are in here this early. Look, I don't know the situation. I'm doing a react first time. I've got a small briefing from Matt.
Yeah.
I just want to make it on record. I think Adam's got to get his other side out for no other reason that Adam is very, very good to me. Actually, some guy made a bunch of fake tweets a couple years ago that I was cheating on my wife, and he like took it apart and showed him why it was fake, and then made another one to show the guy I could do that too. Adam, and when I was warring with Keemstar, it was probably the only person to ever fucking hear me out, and listen to me and not just go to the views. So I think I kind of owe it to him. I think I kind of owe it to him to hear out both sides before I make any kind of judgment. And who knows? Maybe I won't make a judgment. So I don't know. The only thing that is funny is at one point he says he was the girl accused him of, which is a little sus, falling apart with a bot or something like that.
Yeah, like a Twitter bot.
I've heard a lot of stories over the years about Adam, and he can be like really macabre funny. That sounds like a story I heard. I can't really go into details with the stories I know because they're private. At least not yet, until I know he really fucked up, I guess. I can't really go into details, but he can be. Sometimes he finds like the most unnerving things. Sometimes he finds like the most unnerving things.
Like humorous.
Yeah. That's what I've been told. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll put it on a fucking screen here. Well, I guess we'll go over. Let's see. Skydive Bunker accused of sexual harassment. That's on the drama. I haven't gotten that new website yet. I really should. And what's his face is running it too. The guy I think I follow on Twitter. So congratulations to him.
Right. Nice.
So all right. Yeah. So I'll react to Keem, and then we'll go over some of the stuff, and then we got Def Noodles and. Apparently he's making a jackass on himself too, so there we go.
Right. Our final story, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, this is crazy. Okay, so Sky does Minecraft, Nat Nobody, Adam, you guys all know him, fellow YouTuber and personal friend of myself, has been going through a hard time over the last couple years. He's had financial issues, he's had substance abuse issues. He's had a lot going on. Now, this is his ex-girlfriend, Liz, which they ended up having a baby together. That's Adam's second baby. And the two of them have not talked to each other since the baby's been born. In fact, Adam's never even seen the baby. As far as we can tell on Twitter, the last time the two interacted was last April, where Adam...
Yeah, I really lost track of him. Because I didn't know. I had no idea that he had another baby. I did know, and I know from my personal experience being a father. I mean, the threat of not seeing your kid is just overwhelming. That's a lot of the reason I'm still in. That's a lot of the reasons that I'm still in Germany is because if I knew if I left, the trick the girls pull here is they file for abandonment, and if I'm in the army, then I can't come back for the court case unless the army sees fit, and they're not going to send you back because you got to be here. I've seen it happen to my friends. My friend Dave lost his kids. I don't know if he's seen them or not in the last 10 years. It happens all the time. So I know what it's like to have that. That doesn't excuse if any of these allegations are true, except for the bot. Yeah. The bot's fucking funny. I don't care what everybody says about the bot.
Miss you so much to Liz. Well, just today, Liz uploaded this Google document, and it is wild. She tweeted out, "Dear Adam, a.k.a. Net Nobody, a.k.a. Sky Does Minecraft. It's time everyone knows the truth. I'm tired of letting you get away with this. The police know." Now, this Google Doc is so long that we had to make bullet points for you to better understand the allegation she has.
That's why I have a news team. I can't do this shit.
Guy does
I do not have the
It was a tough read. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a pretty tough read.
On page 1, she says Net Nobody would cheat.
One's in the chat for Matt. He's a fucking hero.
Yeah.
He would steal money from companies to buy drugs and never worked, and she would have to front some of the big bills. On page 2...
What does she do for a living?
You know, I don't know. I don't know a lot about her.
He could front his bills. I mean, he's a big millionaire. Dude.
It says that he assaulted and SA'd several women and allegedly paid them off to protect his image. She also claims that he would spread rumors about Post Malone, saying awful things about his character. Yeah, by the way, Net Nobody and Post Malone used to be friends like a decade ago. She claims that Net Nobody tried to cheat on her with artificial intelligence.
This sounds like horseshit.
Fake Twitter bot. Animal abuse allegations. Dragged the dog by its throat, threw him into his kennel, then surrounded him by mirrors. Started painting on the walls with his own blood, saying racist comments. Was beyond homophobic at times, yet preached equality. And that's just page 2. Page 3, she claims that Adam wanted to, murder people. That she has dozens of voice recordings of these threats. Apparently during the abuse, she screamed for help, and then he would throw things at her and her dog. That he faked suicide several times. Followed up by saying, "I don't want followers. I just want everyone to listen." Wow, and it's...
I can't do this, man. I'm not kidding.
What?
I mean, I like Adam and everything, and I don't want to say I don't care about that girl or I don't care about him, but I just don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I just don't care, dude. Let's get it over with. I'm gonna call you.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna calm down.
Yeah, just
keep an eye on the chat. There's probably gonna be questions at the end, just the overwhelming question or something like that. Get again. Don't interrupt me. Please don't donate. I just because I don't want to get anything interrupted or anything. In fact, I'm gonna turn all donations off at least on this screen because I can't get to the other one now. Just hear me out. All right. Well, this is a lot easier in my head. I had a fight with Nick Deorio a couple days ago, and it wasn't anything abnormal. I'll show it to you. Everything's still up. Out of the ordinary, but he took it really, really personally. And I don't think it's, looking back, I don't think it's anything that I haven't... he was being cute and coy and passive aggressive with me. He was being himself, and I was being obnoxious, loud, yelling me. It was the same something like that. I mean, it was over within a second. That's nothing in itself. The topic that I would eventually end up conceding on, it's really not relevant. But what's extremely relevant to what I'm about to tell you all is he threatened me. And essentially threatened my livelihood through that. And I don't trust him. And, I've thought about, I've thought about, we had a conversation about it and it ended kind of on good terms. It was just yeah, good buddy. We're good. We're good. But as you're going to see, it was apologize or I destroy you. type of situation. And I don't know, just kind of like, between what happened with John Swan, if I ever get on his bad side again, will I get sniped out of nowhere? So I thought about going to him ahead of time, but if I just said, look, I don't trust you and I want you gone, I just want you out of my server. If I do that, then I could get sniped and not know it out of over there. And I don't think I should have somebody like this in my den. I think if somebody had threatened me the way Nick threatened me, I would go to Nick and say, or reverse or something like that, what do I do? And Nick would say, just get rid of him. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to explain to the audience, because it's kind of an integral part of what I do, why I probably won't be working with them in the future. And I'm going to show you why I just can't trust him. I don't really wish anything bad on him. In fact, I wish, like I said, I've done nothing but enjoy his success. And I think I'll probably continue, but I can't have him like close to me. He's like, I tell him my personal life, my wife, my daughter, stuff that I don't want to reveal on YouTube. That's, I'm allowed to have a private life. I'm allowed to be an exaggerated character. I'm allowed to be a fucking jerk and entertain the way I want to entertain. And I don't think I can do it. Could be because in the back of my mind, I don't know if I'm going to tick him off. And, he, by threatening me, he broke my trust. And basically, by the conversation over, I was his bitch. And that's not going to happen. And so I'm just going to put this out here, and I'm just going to put it out there, and I'm going to go back to my job. Obviously, I'll take calls in the future and everything else, but I'm just basically going to show you what happened. We were on Twitch. God, I think I was broadcasting like 10 people. And we were talking about, which I eventually found out I was wrong about. There was a thing about Tucker Carlson and the Eminem thing, the Eminem meme. And at the time I didn't know it. I just said, I basically don't believe that, he's probably being portrayed as, I didn't see it at the time, in fairness. Like, he's probably being perceived as a transphobe. It's probably more something like, he wants that kind of horse shit out of fucking kids' ears in school. So me and Nick went back and forth on it. It really was, and I don't know. I watched this, and I watched the whole thing, and I don't think I really do anything that's like totally out of my fucking character. I'm being a dick. So is he. I'm probably being more of a dick. I would agree to that. But the threat to me is just like not only uncalled for. I think it's it cuts my throat.
Just a grift.
I think gender politics is disgusting, and I want my kids near it.
I don't know why.
Why do I? Because have a kid and have him coming home and asking fucking questions. Am I a girl? That's I don't know why. I mean, like that. That shows you're just completely disconnected.
Do you think maybe your kids, like not your kids, but you think maybe kids were thinking, am I a girl? Am I a guy? Wait, what's wrong with them finding out?
No, I don't. Look, if that happens, that's more than likely going to happen on its own. I don't know why you changed the subject. I don't want it in their ear. Here, listen to me. This is what liberals don't understand. This is why they don't understand why they lost Virginia. All right, this is what they don't understand. I don't want it. Period. That's it. Right. It's not up for fucking debate. That's it.
Okay. I mean,
it's not up for debate. I don't want your wacky, fucking, insane cult-like ideology in my kid's head. I want reading, writing, and arithmetic, not politicization. And
all right, so we're going to take biology out.
That's politicization I'm talking about, stupid. So you have to put words in my mouth to do that?
So politicization is biology.
It's nothing to do with fucking biology. It's psychological, if anything.
All right. I'm just saying. I don't know.
You don't. Exactly. Regurgitating the talking points of these people that
obviously.
These kids,
no, I can't
these
think
kids that never even went as far as college than you did.
Yeah,
and you're regurgitating their talking
points.
Yeah,
I'm only regurgitating. I have no mainstream thoughts. I'm literally Destiny. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep. He's educated.
Yep. He's educated.
He actually is.
He went to college for music and dropped out, but he's educated.
Yes. I thought he finished.
He didn't.
I thought he went in for, but he finished. He got a liberal arts degree.
No,
right?
I've done more college than he has.
I didn't know that. I thought he got a liberal arts degree. I knew he dropped out of college but I figured he thought music wasn't a good idea as far as money. That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
Nick was pretty pissed about that, and you know what? I get it. I mean, had he come to me and said, like, that's fucking out of line, and I don't appreciate that, and fucking don't do that. That would have been, the end of it. I've made, we kind of have a rule over here that we can kind of talk shit to each other again for, for entertainment reasons, and stuff like that. And then it's the whole rule is like, don't be a bitch. But I to be perfectly honest with you, I had different standards for Real Talk because of his career, and Dave because I knew him personally. So it's not across the fucking board by any stretch and stuff like that. So this is like right now. I mean, all right, I'm a dick. There's no doubt about it. But I think it's far from the worst thing I do. And we've yelled at each other, and he's yelled at people on here, and this is just not uncommon. So let me find this fucking thing. Don't donate. Hold on a second. I'm not donating. No, I'm turning the donations off, but thank you. All right. Let me put this on my fucking screen. I wasn't really prepared for this show. All right. He writes me back. First of all, he sends me that. And then above it is titled, by the way, I'm tired of being taken I'm probably taken like this casual conversation, and there is going to be I'm pretty tired of being talking to, it says Tulkin. Sorry. I'm pretty tired of being talked to like this in a casual conversation. He's complaining about my spelling. By the way, I'm pretty tired of being talked to like this in a casual conversation, and there is going to be big problems. If you keep trying to disarm me by pretending I can't think for myself, you're way out of line. There is nothing wrong with what he fucking said. It would have all been kept fucking private had he not threatened me. Right? I wrote him back and I said, are you fucking kidding me? Don't threaten me. Big problems. I take none of it back. You were passive aggressive. And my whole argument is like, yeah, I was being a dick, but so were you. You know, and you know, it's all up on Twitch still. It's like it's like the last 5-hour cast. I take none of this. I take none of this back. You're being passive aggressive and change the subject. I'm sorry you got your feeling hurts, but I'll get over it. If you have something to settle with me because I was out of line, or I'm getting out of line, call me. I'm not unreasonable, nor am I not willing to admit fault. The DM feels childish. Hell, you can call me and play the video. I'd rather have you do that. I'm getting off Steam now, so you can call me if you like. I'm not fighting with you like this. I'd rather settle it over the phone. Friends don't make vague threats. I think at this point, I probably would have been okay at this point. Maybe he just got pissed. You know, maybe he was fucking drinking. I don't know. Right? LOL, I'll talk to you when you're rational. Well, this is pretty fucking irritating because the distance between this, the time that I got this DM and time is, and the conversation we had on Twitch is well over an hour. Nick stayed on me with an hour. Later on in the fucking cast, I can see that I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, at least when it came to Tucker Carlson. But don't get fucking sidetracked in the argument. The argument's stupid. I don't care. You know? And then I quoted him. I wrote, rational. I go, I'm getting off stream now. If you, and you can call me. I'm not fighting with you. I'd rather settle it over the phone like friends. I go, does this sound like somebody that's stark raving mad? And he goes, you sound insane in the clip. Keep in mind, the clip was hours earlier, and he was on another hour after that. So I'm like completely taken aback here. I'm generally starting to worry that there's something wrong with you. I don't think I did anything there that I didn't do in any other, certainly not on Shot from the Point. And I don't think looking back, I would have agreed it was a casual conversation at the time. But I don't think when you're being like kind of passive aggressive like that and kind of a wise ass, I don't know if that's casual. I don't think that's a casual conversation. You know, like you don't want him to learn biology. Yeah, he's being a wise ass and I was being a dick. So what? And so what? Like it's happened a million times. We can't go more than 3 sentences deep without you starting a rant about the woke mob. I know you disagree with. I know I disagree with you on most of this stuff, but I don't force you to talk about it with me. I think Dead Freak brought it up, to be honest with you, the whole thing. So I mean, again, that's right. Then in broken English, admittingly, because I'm really taken aback by this, I basically say, look, like call me. I don't like DM fights, right? And then he writes me back. You're unable to have a casual conversation about this stuff. I feel like I have to play optics balancing act on stream to get you to avoid saying something extremely stupid. When in reality, I have no interest in talking about gender with you. You act like flamenco, saying I'm a Destiny clone, and then you start screaming, acting dumb. It's not cool, and I'm making that known private. Well, that would have been fine if you didn't threaten me. I'm not going to just laugh this off again. Well, you know, we also have a rule around here that if I'm a fucking dick, you can be a dick back, and there's no penalty. If he could fucking come over the top and beat me in a fucking political argument, I'd much rather have that and look stupid. It wouldn't be the first time than, you know, being threatened. And by the way, the threats don't stop here. So I'll ask you to either engage with my arguments or change the subject with me, because you go on stream gushing about how smart I am and I act like a child and I'm unable to think to myself in the slightest disagreement. I don't want to fight with you. All right? You don't want to fight with me because, you know, you say there's going to be big problems. I don't really get, I really don't get that. I do think Nick's smart, and you could say what I objectively said was mean. You know, I don't think it's true. People say some things one time when they're arguing and yelling at each other. Yeah, was it the wrong thing to say? I suppose. But I thought we were just bantering back and forth, and sometimes I get loud, and I thought that was excusable. No, I'm not going to defend myself. And like I said, and later I confused. So I wrote the same thing again. I want to talk to you on the phone. And he wrote, try spelling proper English if you're going to go for the own. I'm totally not going for the own. I'm fucking completely thrown off. And I said, you're saying I'm pissed. You can call me if you can call me. I don't like doing it this way. And he goes, UFC is about to start. I'm not getting a lecture for an hour off stream. You know, I don't want a lecture. I just want to find out what the fuck's going on. I'm just, at this point, I'm thinking like something else is bothering him. Realistically, I'm looking forward to you acknowledging that you took it too far. Please stop with his teenage daughter fights. This is the way my teenage daughter fights with her friends, this way. Call in the morning, enjoy the fight. No more DMs, please. Actually, never mind. I'll tweet the clip. Now, I should have said, I basically probably should have just said right there and then tweet the clip. And, you know, at the time, I'm thinking, you know, I almost feel gaslighted in a way, because, like, at the time, I'm thinking the fucking clip is just, like, really damning or something. Like, did something happen in the clip that I'm not seeing here? You know? But that's a second flat, and that's sealed it for me. If there's any, and finally, I guess I throw my hands up. If that's where you want to take it, go ahead. My door is open. So I'm still, like, trying to offer them. Would you rather talk on stream? Private conversations are a waste of time. Well, I guess you're right, Nick. So I told him to calm down and call me. So he called me up, and the conversation basically like this. He's really upset with the talking points thing I said. I said, look, I admit, like, I don't think it's fair for you to come down on me like this, considering the way you talk to other people, your public fucking image, the way you've talked to people in here. I'm guilty of the same shit. I just don't think that, you know, rises to the level of a threat. All right? I don't think that's fair. And he gets me on the phone, and he's yelling, and I swear fucking up and down. I'm just, like, completely taken aback. I do eventually start yelling, but not, like, in defense, not any kind of, like, Tommy C. I mean, this is, like, fucking private horse shit. And, you know, I asked him, I was like, I don't understand. I go, why would you threaten me like this? This is ridiculous. And he says, he essentially says, I want you to say you were out of line. Like, I would have said I was out of line, but it's like, you're out of line or else. And I go, Nick, you threatened me. And I sit there and I told you that I wanted to talk to you, and I would hear you out, and I would admit if I was wrong, And he's like, no, you didn't. And I said, yeah, I did. And then I read him the same. I read him back. Call me. I'm not unreasonable. I'm willing to admit fault. The DM feels childish. Hell, you can play the video. I'd rather have you do that. I'm getting off stream right now, so you can call me if you like. I'm not fighting with you like this. I'd rather settle it with settle it over the phone. Friends don't make fake threats. And then I swear to God, as soon as I say that, maybe you forgot about it. Maybe you didn't read it. Sometimes I skim the fucking thing, right? Like, I swear to God, he goes, you know, you're the biggest fucking loser. You know that, right? And I'm like, whatever, you know. I go, I don't think I'm being freaking unreasonable here. And then I was just like, you know, I concentrated on the threat. I said, you know, I got a big problem with this fucking threat. And then, you know, he goes, don't make it like this is some kind of big fucking backstab thing. You know, I was only threatening you that I would respond next time right there and then. And I just was like, what? And then he's like, well, I'm trying to help you out here, which sounds like bullshit. Maybe it's not. I mean, he wrote it down. And, you say this stuff, and I don't want to make sure you don't look transphobic. I go, Nick, if I look transphobic, that's on me, Second of all, I'm talking about educational stuff. That doesn't necessarily make you not transphobic. But who gives a fuck about that? I don't need you to be my babysitter. I didn't ask you to be my babysitter. And I go, it just sounds like you want me to change or something. And then he said something, and this clinched it for me, that I was being bullshitted, gaslighted, and probably recorded. And I said to him, he goes, no, I said to him, I don't want you to help me out. It's not, I don't need that. That's on me. And then this clinched it, absolutely clinched it. I go, I don't want you to change, Tommy. Wait a minute. You're in here, you're demanding an apology to me, or you're going to go public with this video, right? Which you're probably blowing smoke with my ass. You're calling me a fucking loser. And I'm sitting there begging you to talk to you. You're saying I'm unhinged and angry almost 4 or 5 hours after the fact. I don't get it. And he was like so fucking nasty to me. And he kept on saying over and over again, I said, look, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but it's nothing I haven't done before. It's nothing you haven't done before. And he was like, don't turn this into I can't take criticism. I'm going to turn you're hurting my feelings or anything like that. Or well, whatever I did that made you upset, you can call it feelings, you can call it whatever you want. And he seemed to be really concerned that I was going to turn it into Nick, you're a big fucking pussy. I just thought he was having a fucking bad day. But I can't be threatened like this. And I'll tell you exactly why I can't be threatened like this. Strangely enough, John Swan came up in the conversation. To this fucking day, I don't understand. He said something like, I have been treating him this poorly since John Swan. And I could only think of the first time we had a big blowout, when he found out that I was going live and I was going to have a different narrative on the John Swan thing, and then saying I was, that I didn't buy it. It was dog ate my homework bullshit story. And he said, did you watch your video? And I said, yes. And I'm not taking that narrative. And, at the time, Augie and Tipster seemed to be convinced of it. It's like, look, I don't care. I don't understand he's your friend, but I don't think that's solid proof of anything. And the story doesn't make sense. And he started calling me fucking a moron, me stupid. Some of the other staff, he got mad. He fucking hung up. And then he went out and started streaming. Right. And then he came to me like a day later and said he was sorry, that John had more than likely did it, that I was right. And he's like, I'm going to fix his ass. And I'm like, what are you going to do? I'm going to record him. I'm going to get him to admit it. And the rest is history, as you all know that. And just it was so out of character, I think I was probably being recorded, more than likely. And you know what? If I'm overreacting and he just had a fucking bad day, that's fine. I can forgive him for that. But you got to get out of my life. You have to leave. In fact, you got to go and go now. You got to get out of my server. You got to get out of my life. The only relationship I want with Nick is one that between commentators. I know he's done a lot for me, and I know, and I think I've returned the favor, tenfold. And he has too. But this stuff, and I can't have somebody fucking threatening me, and I don't want to get. And I got mollywopped here, in a personal fucking level, and I got mollywopped here on a personal level. What's to stop him from fucking sniping me like this, recording me, trying to get it just felt like he was trying to push all my fucking buttons. He was so fucking nasty to me. I wasn't the normal fuck you, man, I'll get you back. It wasn't like that at all. It was I was just fucking, I don't know. I don't know. I was just I can't believe it's fucking happening. And then a day went by, I went to sleep, I fucking go and watch the Twitch thing, which by the way is still up. And I'm thinking about first thing I thought was why did I delete the stream if it was so fucking damning? It's still up, by the way. Because there's nothing there. Why was I scared of him dropping that video? Why did he threaten me? Why would he just sit there and talk to me like some caller or something that hated my guts, or somebody that loved Keemstar and hated me? I'm thinking maybe he was trying to fucking get me to do something. Like the last thing in the world that I ever wanted to do. So now I'm worried about, so maybe I could let the whole fucking thing slide. But, you know, considering what he did to John, and considering the way he's talking to me, am I next on the content list? So if I'm wrong and I'm overreacting here, I'll just plead my case like this. I can't trust him because he threatened me. I can't have him in my personal life. I've told him about my daughter, her problems, stuff like that. That's not your business. All right? And it's pretty clear that he's willing to go to those levels with other people. You know, I've always managed to insulate myself, and I never felt uncomfortable talking around him, and that's the one thing. And if I went to him and somebody did the same thing, it'd be like, get rid of him. Get rid of him. I don't know what to do. So I guess I'm just gonna leave it at this. You know, good luck. You know, but I'm just not having any sign. I'd rather you just be like a commentator in the sphere. Because I don't trust you, and I couldn't go to you ahead of time before this, because for all I knew, I'm tipping you off to nail me later. If I said this, like, look, I don't trust you, I want you out of the server, for all I know, within days I'm getting sniped, you know, out of nowhere. So yeah, you asked for this, and I wish it could have been different. I really, I may have sounded unhinged. I don't think it unhinged. I think it sounded like a dick, but I was never unhinged. And you may be too fucking proud to say your feelings were hurt from what I said, but I'm not too proud to say you hurt mine. So yeah, maybe I'm the biggest pussy on the fucking planet now, because you did. You hurt my fucking feelings. You know, I never saw anything like that coming. And you know, I think I hurt your feelings. I didn't hurt your feelings. You're awful. You're angry enough. Whatever I hurt, you were awful, angry enough to threaten me. Which, you know, our like let's be real here. Our communities overlap. You've grown a lot bigger than I am. At any time that could turn around. And yeah, I don't trust you. And yes, I think you do that. When I was in a conversation with the phone with you, you know, you're sitting there saying that I never talk to you. I always yell at you. And I'm just basically said, dude, you're talking to me. You're talking to me. You're not talking to like one of your shithead commentators. You're not talking to fucking John, you know, guys that would actually fucking dick you in the back and have dicked you in the back. You're talking to me. I thought maybe stupidly that, you know, we all let fucking things that I'm not saying we're family, but we let shit go by. That's family stuff, you know? And I thought I was in that club, and I guess I'm not. And if I'm not in that club, that's fine. I can be cool with it, but you know, just go on your side and I'll just take my chances over here. I mean, you could take it as a backstab. You could take it, you know, you could take it to the bank. You take whatever you want with it. I just want you gone, man. And I don't think it's fucking unreasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable. If I'm wrong and you just had a fucking bad day, cool. I'm done. But I don't want you here. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to me. I've told you too much about my personal life that could affect, like, you know, like it's one thing if somebody makes me look like a boomer, jackass, reactionary loudmouth. It's another thing if it's family members and stuff like that. And clearly none of us, including me, is not afraid to go that route. Well, I don't know. I got to protect my shit. And I'd much rather, you know, go out with my head up and standing to somebody that's fucking, you know, trying to like, you know, you better, like, I can understand, like, what I said was out of line. Out of line or else? No, that's not gonna work. That's not working. Period. So, like, message to everybody else. I'm not one of these guys that fucking plays chess backstage. Like, you can't be friends. I don't care. I don't care. I've never been like that. I've never been like that with Clown or everybody else. Like, great. I don't even consider it an enemy until something happens. All right? I'm probably going to talk about it again, and I'm probably going to end up talking about this because I don't know if this has, maybe he just freaked out because, you know, there's a big rumor, there's technicals video coming out. I don't know. I don't know. I promised myself I wouldn't project. I can only tell you what happened. He threatened me. I can't trust him. That's really what it comes down to. I don't think the threat was justified under the circumstances, and that's basically it. I do have a message for technicals. Please, I don't know if you're thinking about it. Don't approach me about fucking this as far as like piling on. I would rather you leave the whole fucking thing out if you are making a video on Nick, and I'm pretty sure you are. Please don't talk to me about this. I really hate this idea that nobody can be real friends online, and at any moment we can stab each other in the back and use each other for content. I think you're both egomaniacs. I think you're both, you're not doing commentary. You're playing cancel games. So I'm not an ally for you in this. So let me just make that clear. And I'm not an ally to Nick anymore because it's not about commentary. It's about fucking destroying people and taking people out. So then I'm out. Have I engaged in that kind of stuff before? Yes, but always in self-defense. I never fucking targeted somebody to take them out, ever. Just kind of ended up that way because I speak my mind. People get pissed off, but I'm not targeting fucking anybody. I'm not getting out of there. The whole fucking technical thing, I told them to walk away. You don't want to do that? I was like, all right, I got you back. Here's what we're doing. So yeah, that's it. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I don't think we've been working with Nick much in the future. Is there some kind of question they're all saying or some shit?
I think they're just kind of.
Yeah.
Just
is there anything that I got to get to the bottom of? Look, everybody makes mistakes. Maybe Nick just made a huge mistake here. I'm not trying to fucking cancel anybody. I'm defending myself and I'm protecting myself from somebody I don't trust. Is there anything? That's why I had to go, but that's why I couldn't go to him and said, look, I don't trust you, get out. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought I was in a different club, and I don't think I'm in that club. And I tell you something, I feel like I was being recorded because it's just like you're a fucking loser. You know that? We've been mad at each other before, and we never said anything like that. And then if that is true, and he feels that way, and I'm that pathetic. Well, I don't want to be friends with somebody that thinks I'm pathetic. I don't give a fuck if people think I'm pathetic and a 40-year-old boomer loser. But I don't have to keep your company. That's pretty much fair.
Right.
Yeah. Is it anything? I mean,
I've talked to you and I've said I personally think it was just a fight and you guys.
I think it was too, and I think it would imply, but I don't know what this threat is. I don't know what it is, and I can't take the chance, and I don't want to be threatened.
I think that's what most of the questions are in the chat. Is are you sure this is just?
I don't know. It really doesn't matter because if anybody would have done this, they would have been gone.
Okay.
And considering what he did in the past. And considering how forceful it was, the fact that there were 4 or 5 hours between that incident that you've seen, and by the way, you can go watch the whole thing and watch me concede and laugh at myself for being a fucking idiot later. And there was so much time between that particular incident. Yeah, maybe he just got his feelings hurt about what I said. What I said wasn't fucking nice. I was being a total fucking dick. I admit that I was out of line, but you can't fucking threaten me and then act like you're doing me a favor. And that's what he did. I'm keeping you from being a transphobe. Well, that's not your job. I don't want to change. And I don't want to change you, Tommy, which is his exact words. Well, no, it was confusing. In fact, at some fucking point, I think he realized he went too far. And it took me fucking about 24 hours to take this in. That it feels like he tried to make a move on me. And I can't have it. Once you say, do this or else, you're off the fucking team. And the only reason he stayed on 24 hours more than anybody else would have, because of his following, because of my friendship, and because of the damage that he could potentially do to the channel. That's why he stayed on. That's it. He got a double standard, and that's why. But I don't want to be around somebody that's gonna threaten me and what have you. I got to pay bills. And you know what? This may, I've been in this position before with Baited. If I go out this way, I definitely don't. I'd rather go out this way than being his fucking bitch and worrying about everything I says that it's going to offend his new friends on Twitch. And then I'm going to, then he's just going to, sorry, Tom, I had to do this to you out of nowhere. No. That's not happening. That's not happening. I don't care. I don't know. I'm not going to even speculate on where his mindset at. This is something I normally would do. But I have distance with those people. This person's in my backyard, so I'm not going to speculate. These are the facts. That's it. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.